Hey guys, I just wanted to talk about what's been on my mind today, at least the controversy or whatever going on between Will Smith and Chris Rock. How he just, went up and punched him. I thought that was absolutely crazy. You have the right to defend yourself. If someone's kind of harassing you or doing anything like that, I absolutely believe that you have the right to protect yourself. But when, when you take it from being a threat or something like that to kind of being more of in Chris Rock's case, it was just a joke. So, Chris Rock says a joke about Will Smith's wife, talking about, so it doesn't matter what he said, but really just saying a joke, really. And you'll see Will Smith kind of like at first laughing along with the joke, but then after that, you kind of see that he's kind of uncomfortable and that maybe he was just laughing along. But regardless, he kind of escalated the situation, and he walked up on stage and punched Chris Rock, or slapped Chris Rock right in the face. And I just thought that was absolutely crazy. But yeah, and so I kind of want to give something to the table. I want to talk about, when is it okay to punch somebody, and I think the Pitmaster Online Dojo, he's got a fantastic kind of breakdown on when it is okay to hit someone. And watching his info and kind of coming to my own consensus and understanding of this is, it's okay to punch someone if they were right in front of you, threatening you, nearly gonna punch you, take your life or take your limb, anything like that. Like, it's absolutely okay to defend yourself, and you could even preemptively defend yourself. And so when we kind of zoom into this situation, Chris Rock standing up on stage, I think that, personally, I think that he has the right to defend himself, even though within the culture of it, if he were to have defended himself, it probably would have been, or maybe not the culture, but the scene that was going on there. If he were to have defended himself, it would have kind of blown up and probably been a even crazier event, And so, I'm glad that he didn't, but in my view, at least, having Will Smith kind of coming up to him, pulling his arm back, getting ready to punch, I personally believe that even if Chris Rock would have preemptively struck, he would have been in the right. Or if he would have punched him right there, right when Will was kind of walking up on stage, kind of maybe preemptively diffusing the situation, I absolutely believe that to be completely right. And I don't think that you should have to sit there and necessarily take that punch. But we can definitely say that Chris Rock's life wasn't in danger, or hopefully. You never know. When you get punched in the face like that, you can get an aneurysm. We're all, I like to think that we're all bulletproof and we're all really hard to kill, but the reality is that you can have a brain aneurysm. Anyone can have a brain aneurysm at any time, and that can just shut you down. And getting knocked in the head can, in some people, just make that happen. And so, I kind of want to move away from the Pitmaster and kind of talking about when it's okay to hit someone, to kind of what kind of jokes can you tell? If you're in a place and there's your jokes are not getting received well, do the people in the crowd have the right to just kill you? No, I don't think so. Do they have the right to kind of jump you outside? If your jokes weren't aligning with their beliefs? No, I don't. I personally don't think that's right. If you're targeting someone's family with a threat, I think that could be maybe more of a justification than what happened in this case, with the comedian just kind of telling the joke. But if your jokes are not jokes, yeah, that's the simplest way to say it. If your jokes aren't jokes, then what is it? And so being in that system or whatever, where they're gonna understand that those are jokes. And I think Will Smith even said it in his speech, kind of going out of it all. He kind of, or after it all happened, he kind of, after he got his award and everything, he said that he has to take a lot of criticism, and stuff like that. And so he already understands the position that he's in, which I think is just crazy. I think ABBA and Preach really said it really well. They said, all these things over the last few years have kind of been, dropping drops in this bowl. And Chris Rock said the thing that was the final drop that spilled all the water. but it's not his fault that the water spilled. I think that, yeah, Abba and Preach really said it really well when they said it like that. And, you know, like, what kind of jokes can you tell Abba and Preach? They say, like, if you can't joke about people for being bald because they're insecure, then bitch, we can't joke about anything. And that's a direct quote, you know, from them. And I 100% agree. I think that that's right on the spot. Like, if you have to worry about, you know, people punching you over the things you say, then we don't have free speech, basically. Is if you're going to get assaulted on the streets for the things that you're saying, then there is no free speech. And so, you know, I agree that free speech has consequences, 100%, that if you are to kind of be up there and saying things, I believe that other people have the right to kind of retort, right? Like, they also have free speech, and they also have the right to kind of talk about the things that make them uncomfortable or the things that they don't like about the system that we're all in. And so, oh man, that's a lot. So we're, you know, kind of circling back, like, if the joke isn't funny to you, right, and there's other people that laugh, and if you are just laughing along to kind of play the part, I believe that you just don't do that. Don't laugh along. You know, say what you feel. If Will Smith would have just said, like, literally just, instead of walking up on stage and punching him and then going down and sitting down and then saying, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, you know, if he would have just said that right from the start, instead of escalating the situation to violence, and then when the situation was de-escalated, you know, going on a rant, I think that, you know, just, if he was that angry, he should have just said what he had to say instead of standing up and punching him. I think it would have had just as big of an impact as far as, like, the stuff goes. But now there's lawyers involved, and now there's all this kind of extra stuff that needs to kind of go on that, you know, there's just so much extra. And I know a lot of people are saying, like, well, Will Smith's like the alpha male and he's got to defend his family, and when they're talking shit about his family, he's got to get up there and set it straight, you know. And I know a lot of people that are kind of on that wavelength. In the realistic sense of things, you're not going to be working if you're just punching everybody. And so, yeah, Chris Rock did say stuff about Will Smith's wife, but if he had a real problem with it, he would have said something. That's the way I feel about it. A show like that, like when he just stands up and goes up and punches him, you know, that's not, it's a display, but it's not even clearly projecting what he means. And if he were to more precisely describe what he means, I believe it would all be resolved better for everybody. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys got anything to say, you know, any kind of comments, you know, anything to throw in on it, please let me know. Leave them down in the comments, and like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching.